Alright, we're just starting right into this. This may get cut off because YouTube, but I just want to start into it for the sake of the future viewers who don't want to sit through a bunch of talking at the beginning, especially considering I can't edit these videos if they're longer than 2 hours, which this one likely will be. So, on our last thing that we did, we got desks working, and I only made a couple of very small changes since then. I made it so that the desks generate a little bit less aggressively, and set it up so that it takes less time for that generation to occur. That's all I did. All I did was I skipped the... made it so that they don't use the 64 by 64 resolution directly. They have a skip number, and I set the skip number to a certain amount. It does kind of make the placement a little bit more grid-like feeling, which I'm not a huge fan of, but at the same time, it's working, so I'm going to just stick with it. Now, I noticed there's another problem here. For whatever reason, there's a scenario where we're getting inside of this room here. So when we generate, sometimes we get desks in the elevator, which is not optimal. So like floor 0 and 2 definitely generate a desk in the elevator. So that's a bug I want to fix. It's probably not what I'm going to focus on just yet first, though. So what I want to do is I want to turn this into a game. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the IT group thing, but I'm not going to be able to go as complex as I wanted to. I didn't work at this at all yesterday, so which is unfortunate. But yeah, so what we're going to do first is we're going to put computers on these desks. So prefabs desk. Just going to drag it in so we can work on it. Huh. That's weird. Where did it go? Oh, it's... Why is this desk invisible? Okay. Well, that's not what I expected to have happen. When I hit play, they show up fine. Okay. Shows up there, and it doesn't show up here. Am I, like... Okay, it must be something like this. Am I not showing desks? Yeah, I'm not showing decor for some reason. I have no idea how that got set, but that's what happened. So, yay, we can see our desks again. So, so let's make a little stupid computer. I'm going to call this desktop stand. And then we had another cube. Oh, yeah, this is our desk trigger is what we'll call it. Alright. Alright, cool. So what we're going to do next is going to make a little computer screen thingy. So I'm just going to create another cube. This is the classic modeling in Unity, which is not really what Unity is for. So 0.5, 0.5. That's too small. Let's make it 0.75. We'll give them big monitors. So we're going to, not this thick, of course. We're going to be doing the modern age of monitors. And let's see, what else do I want to do to make this look cool? Let's make it thinner first. Oh, whoops, 0.5, no. Oh, got 2 decimal places there. 0.1, 0.075. Yeah, that looks about screen depth. And it's going to need a little stand, so that's going to be... I'm going to put this in our desk first. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to make it, way thinner. Bring it down a little bit. Bring it back a little bit, and bring it down a little bit. I want it to look attached, though, so... There we go, and then we bring it... We don't need as much Y. Oh, maybe we do. That's probably perfect. It's an all-in-one. That way I don't have to have the excuse of I don't have a reason for building anything more. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit further so that it's actually... Whoops, that's not down. There we go. And what else am I going to do? Do we need a keyboard? I guess we could put a little something for a keyboard. And I guess we could put a tower too. I'm not going to do the tower. I'm just going to make it an all-in-one. And do I want to be fancy and have it have kind of a bevel? Nah, we'll just start simple and we'll continue simple. So we'll call this computer screen, and we'll call this computer screen stand. We'll call this just screen. And we're going to go ahead and make it similar to the walls for now. Boop. Keep our consistent style. And I'm just going to apply this and see how this looks. Delete, play. So now we've got computer desks. Okay, so walls is not the best choice for the computer because it just blends in way too much. So let's change the computer to floor real quick. So we're going to go back to our desk, our screen and screen stand. We're going to change to floors. We'll see if that contrasts a little bit better. Yeah, I would say that does. Cool. We've maintained our little style. I am going to put a little keyboard in there because it will sell it better, even though it's going to be a really stupid boxy keyboard. But everything has been boxy so far, so who cares? So we're going to create one more cube. Create 3D object cube. And I'd like it to be in here, please. I'm going to call this keyboard. And again, we're going to just keep it really stupid and simple. So we don't want to embed it in the desk. I do want it to be more keyboard-like dimensions, so something along these lines. Is that what a keyboard looks like next to a computer these days? Probably if it's a big screen. So yeah, we'll do that, and then again we'll put the floors on the keyboard so that it will contrast with what's underneath it. And let's apply this to the desk again. Delete. Play. Alright, cool, we've got desks with keyboards, computers with keyboards. So now let's give our computers a screen. So, let's go back, bring it in again. Forgot that I wanted to put something on here as a screen, and we're just going to create a quad. So 3D object quad, and I'm going to put it into the desk, and I'm going to put it I'm going to go ahead and put it underneath the screen here, and we're just going to zero out all the values, so it should be the same size roughly. Whoops, not zero out, one out these ones. So now it's exactly the size of the screen. I'm just going to bring it forward so that it's just barely in front of it. 0.6 is probably good. We're probably going to see some... No, that might work. Let's give it a shot. And let's make the screen smaller, obviously, so bring in the edges a little bit. There, that looks like a screen. Let's go with 8.5 in both cases. Now let's go 8.2. I liked it better before. Alright. And we're going to call this the screen. I'm going to call this the monitor. Monitor stand. I guess the monitor stand could go with the monitor so that it's all grouped together. That's fine. Because we're going to regain our prefab connection by hitting apply and deleting this thing and seeing how these screens look now. And for now, let's just go ahead and make the screens wall style. So, although that'll make them kind of look transparent, I'm going to leave them white for now. So yeah, now we have an office filled with with desks that have little screens on them. So that's cool. You can see that it's kind of, sort of in front of there, but that's pretty standard for games, so I'm going to just stick with it. I actually like how this turned out looking, so... cool. So let's see if there's any questions or if what people are saying, anything in the channel. Or if it's even broadcasting, that's the other thing I like to check, so... And no one. I'm all alone. Alright, that's okay though. So 2 people are watching, so I guess that's me and 1 other person, so cool! At least I caught someone. I did kind of do this pretty impromptu, so I shouldn't expect too many people to show up just yet. So, what are we doing? So now, the gameplay. So, the idea was to make this an IT game. And I think I'm going to call it IT Hell, because it's an infinite building with all sorts of computer problems. But we're not going to have a variety of computer problems. I actually wanted to have a few different ones. Some people had mentioned in the channel too, and it would be cool to have it so like you have to unplug them, plug them back in. You know, you have to restart them. There's antivirus software, different things that you could do on these computers. In the interest of time, what I am instead going to do is I'm just going to set computers on fire, and then we're going to use a fire extinguisher to put them out. And so, so that's what we're going to do. So let's work on a particle effect for our fire. What is not happy with my... Oh, I know it's not happy. I think I know it's not happy. Instance.transform.parent equals transform. What are we doing here? That's what's causing this problem. Huh. What does that mean? I think this started happening when we added the screen. Does the screen have a... It does. It has a mesh collider. That's our problem. Remove components. And we do want a mesh renderer, though. So if we hit play, this should not have that error. No, it still has it. So what is it having it for? Instance.transform.parent equals transform. Desk position. Alright, what is my scale for... Why did it open up a second console window? Is that still open? That's weird. So what is it complaining about? Was it doing this before and I just didn't notice? Here, I'm going to... Stand has a collider too. Let's get rid of that. Remove component. We're going to remove it from the monitor as well. Let's just get rid of the colliders. Remove component. Actually, I'll get rid of them now just to see what's going on. Get rid of the keyboard. Usually when this error occurs, it means that you have an object that's too thin for the physics system to figure out what it weighs. And since the desk does have a rigid body, even though it's kinematic, it does that calculation. So this calculation won't hurt us. It's just I would like it if it's not causing all that printout. I'm going to turn off maximize on play. Mesh geometry or supply tensor manually. All right, so the floor generator, is it sized oddly? No, it's not. So that's good. Oh, because the floor generator is so... It might be making these desks very small. Let's actually see. So we're going to go to the floor generator, and we're going to go to the wall, the desks. Where's a desk? There's a desk. No, the sizing on it is pretty big. Alright. I don't know why it's not 111, but it's not. What is it complaining about then? What's the problem? Is it because... I mean, the trigger shouldn't matter for it. Monitor stands still as a collider. Let's get rid of that. The keyboard doesn't, right? Okay, let's apply this. Might not have applied it to. Maybe that's part of the problem. Let's hit play and see what we get. Yay, fixed it. Okay, cool. So it was one of those objects was too small to deal with, at least the way that we had set it up. So this will work though. All right, I don't want this computer spawning in here. So what I'm gonna do is, computers won't spawn where there's a wall. Actually, what is the check that the computers do? I think they do their own script. Destroy on trigger is what they do. Alright, tag name's wall. Okay, there we go. So we can just add something to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a collider that the player can't collide with. Actually, I can probably just make a wall in here. Let's just do that. So I'm going to create a cube. We're going to put it somewhere near here. I'm going to make it big, 5 by 5 by 5. And I'm going to make it bigger, 7, 8, and 8. No, 5 is fine on that. 8. So it stays in here, and then we're going to get rid of the mesh renderer. We're going to set it as a trigger, and we're going to call it we're going to tag it as a wall. And if we put the layer, it shouldn't matter what the layer is, let's hit play and see if this solves it. Whoa. Changed our generation. That's weird. Oh, probably because it extends, yeah, it extends past there, so that's too deep. So 7, and let's move it back as well. Yeah, that should cover our room pretty well. So let's hit play. Generation should look the way it did before. Good. No desk in here. Excellent. Good deal. See if that stays true. We had another floor or two that did this problem, right? So no desk. Still no desk. Still no desk. Good. Good. Looking good. The reason I can walk through that is because it's a trigger. Triggers don't collide with things, so unless you're doing like a raycast movement system, in which case they will. There's a workaround for that though too. There's actually an option in I might as well mention it in physics. You can make it so that raycasts don't hit triggers. So if you have a lot of triggers and you never want them to be hit by raycasts, you can do this. I would say that turning this off is pretty standard in most like 3D third-person shooter type games because it's so common to make triggers all over the place for various actions and interacts and spawning enemies and various things that you almost never want a raycast to try and hit them. You still might want to have it on though, and just use layer masks to control things, just so that you have the extra functionality if you do need a trigger for some reason to be hit by a raycast. Like we get, does this use any triggers to get hit by raycasts? I think it does. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe I would have had an advantage changing that too, but I didn't. So cool. We have these levels. They generate. They have desks. Other cool stuff. All right. So what are we doing? Actually, can I see a desk flash if I like? I probably can. If I go to like floor 0 and spin around. Nope, I didn't see one flash. Floor 1, spin around. Huh. Because I swear I saw them flashing when they decide to not be somewhere. So I'm kind of surprised that didn't go. Oh, maybe the raycast has been solved too because of that, because we have a wall there. That makes sense. So it's actually stopping it at the raycast level. Cool. So, Save scene, save project. Let's actually check in the changes that we've got so far. Go to not breakfast with the entity. CW super repo. There we go. This is all we've changed in our 20 minutes. That's fine. It's been desk work, so desk work. Let's see if there's any other comments. Still no comments. All right. Hopefully I am actually broadcasting. It looks like I am. So, what are we doing? Flaming computers, right. So we're going to go to our desk. And I'm going to create a new particle system. And yeah, let's position it right where the computer starts. So yeah, that looks good. And what we're going to do is we're going to make the shape a box, I think. I think that'll be most appropriate. And that way we can localize it on the computer and keyboard easily. And we're going to create a... I'm going to localize it on the screen. I don't know. We'll play with it as we change things. I'm going to want an additive shader. Additive. Okay, I don't have one, so we're going to create one. We're going to go to Materials, Create. We're going to create a new material. We call it Additive Particle. And all it's going to be is Particles Additive. And we're going to go into our particle system, which is not in our desk yet, but we're going to put it in our desk. And we're going to switch additive particle onto it. So now these things will actually add, and then we're going to actually make additive particle not look stupid. We're going to use the default particle. There we go. So now if you play, well, not play, but if we look at this now, they look all cool. So let's make this look like fire. So we're going to need different colors. I'm going to do start color blue and then go to yellow. So we're going to do start color and then we're going to do color over lifetime. We're going to have it change to yellow. And we're going to, at the very end, let's see, let's do 90%. Oops, I don't want that one. 90%, and this one we will set the alpha to 0. So it will become, and actually we want to start at color blue. Alright, so there we go. So it doesn't look like it's working for some reason. Weird. Maybe it's because their lifetimes are way too long, so let's just see what we're looking at here. Look at the keyboard. That'll zoom in on it. There we go. So let's make the particle systems have a lifetime of 1, and let's make it so that they have a much slower speed. So why isn't it becoming yellow? Maybe start color has to be white. There we go. So we multiply the colors together. That's interesting. That's good to know. Alright, so we're going to want it blue a little bit longer, so I'm going to go ahead and create another blue here. And we're going to just move this up to there. We're going to want more particles. We don't need them to be inside there. We want them to start at the base of the computer. Let's make it so that there is a higher emission rate, so 50. And actually, maybe we don't want the blue to be as long as that. Alright, starting to look a little bit more like flames. Let's make it so that there are different speeds. So let's do a start speed of random between two constants. Let's do 0 and 1. And let's make the lifetimes a little bit random too. Random between two constants. Let's go between 0.5 and 1. And then let's make it so it maxes out at 200 particles, and let's increase the rate until it gets to the point where it stops working right. Alright, let's make this thing thinner. So box Z, let's make it 0. No, that's the wrong Z. Alright. 0.1, 0.3. Let's focus it on the computer screen. There we go. So now it's a computer that looks like it's kind of on fire. Doesn't really look fiery enough. Let's just delete this. Let's do the opposite. Actually, let's turn this to yellow. Actually, let's turn it to red. Let's get some red in there. And we'll have more yellow. Maybe just drop the blue entirely. Maybe the blue's hurting us. But yeah, let's go with just real fiery yellow, red. And let's make it so these things have start size. Let's make the start size random between two constants, 1 and 2. And then let's make it so that the size over lifetime goes down. We'll just have it go down in a curve. That doesn't look right. Alright, so we're going to have to adjust this a little bit manually. Let's do that. So we want it to start big, stay big, and then start going down later. Cool. Starting to look a little bit more like flame. Let's do external forces. No, not external forces. Let's do force over lifetime and add a random force between -1, -1, -1, and +1, 1, 1. Alright, let's give it a bias so that, so let's actually go, so the Y is what's making us, okay, the Z is what we want to be more biased towards, so I'm going to just do 0.5 in the other categories, -0.5 and -0.5. And maybe I'll make these smooth particles so that they don't have that clipping effect. Let's try it. Additive particles, additive soft. That didn't help. Particles, additive. So let's look at the particle system again. I'm going to call this the fire. And we're going to just go ahead and hit apply and see how much this tanks our frame rate now that we have a bunch of fires all over the place. Looks like it's fine. Sweet, computers are on fire. Great. This is actually kind of more entertaining than I thought it was going to be. Fire! Alright. Cool. I like it. It's not the greatest fire effect in the world, but our game's already pretty stylistic as it is, so I'm gonna stick with it. File, save scene, save project. Let's check that in. Fire! See if anyone has anything to say. Hi, CJ. Thanks for watching. So yeah. Guess this is just you and me, CJ, and one other person. Alright. Good to know. So, gonna go ahead and close this so that we're not streaming additional stuff down. Alright, so the gameplay. Let's make it so we have some fire extinguishing capability. So, I'm gonna make a little fire extinguisher effect. 3D object. Let's just create another particle system. Let's definitely want to be subtractive if we're doing not flame effects, but you know what we're doing. Some sort of extinguisher effect. So this one will be a emission of we're gonna have the cone is perfect for this. We're gonna make the radius a bit smaller, and we're going to make the density a lot higher. So let's make it so that it's like let's make the rate like 20, 30, 50. There we go. That looks pretty good. And then let's make the lifetime a lot shorter, so like 1. And let's make it so they emit even faster, 100. Alright, cool. That looks like an extinguisher. So I'm going to put this next to our camera. So let's call this fire extinguisher. And we're just going to, actually let's make a fire extinguisher. Let's just do it. 3D object. We're going to create a cylinder. Not a cylinder. We're going to create a capsule. And do we have, let's see, quad cloth? No, we don't have any cones naturally. Alright, well, we're just going to create a cylinder. We're going to make it rotated all in some direction. Not that one. That's the least useful direction. One of these will be good. And we'll make the scale smaller. 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. And we're going to make it even smaller. So the Z scale and the X scale, let's make smaller. 2 and 2. No. 2 and 2. Alright, there we go. We have our Dalek brand fire extinguisher. And we're going to, I'm going to go ahead and create a special material for it. I'm just going to duplicate one of these, and we're going to call it fire extinguisher. And we're going to make it fire extinguisher red. Go ahead and put this on the capsule and the cylinder. And so black to red, or red to black, or should we go to red to a different color? I actually kind of like how it looks red to black there. So let's do that, and then let's take our fire extinguisher particle. I'm going to rotate it down. And I'm going to make it shoot out the tip here. There we go. And so now, this doesn't really look like a fire extinguisher at all. Also, this whole thing needs to be way smaller. So I'm going to create a empty game object. I'm going to put it in the same position as the capsule. We're going to just copy component, paste component values, and then we're going to call this the fire extinguisher. Alright. And we're going to just put all this into here. I definitely spelled that wrong. I think I've spelled it wrong in different ways. Extinguisher. Yeah, I'm almost certain I'm spelling it really badly. But that's okay. You don't have to be able to spell the program. Yeah, although I'm going to change it. Fire extinguish. Maybe I did spell it right. That'd be crazy. Just looks so wrong. It has GUI in it. Oh, I spelled it right. That's so wrong. Cool. So let's create a prefab out of this thing. Let's resize this thing though. Let's make it. So what we're gonna do is I just did the prefab as kind of. I technically don't need a prefab for this, but let's put this in our first-person controller, and let's put this under our main camera so that we can kind of see where it is. And we're gonna make it a lot smaller. 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. And let's put it at 0, 0, 0. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the game. We're going to move our fire extinguisher forward and to the right and down a bit. Oops. And down a bit. And I'm going to make it... I'm going to make the capsule thinner. There we go. That kind of looks like a fire extinguisher, I guess. Not really, but you know. So if we do this and hit play, how does it look? Looks pretty good. Although I want it to not be world space for... I want it to be world space for the extinguisher particles, so we're going to do world. Now when we spray it around, it will stay where we're spraying it. There we go. Yeah, I would say that looks pretty good. Cool. Put out the fire. Sweet. Alright. I think that's going to work. Does clip through things, which I'm not too fond of. We could always fix that by changing the way that it renders. I'm going to do that. Go ahead and do it right now. So I'm going to hit apply first. We're going to put everything on a different layer here. We're going to call it player. What do you call these things? Hand models is what I'm going to call them. And what we're going to do is we're going to make everything except for the particle system on hand models. Yes. No, don't change children. This object only. Because I don't want this one changed. And we're going to create another camera real quick. Just duplicate the main camera. We're going to get rid of the audio listener, remove component. We're going to get rid of mouse look on it. We're just going to rely on it being a child of this camera. We're going to get rid of all the stuff inside of it that we don't need. I'm going to call this the hand cam. That's what I'm going to call it. And all it's going to show is the hand models. And the depth is going to be, I'm just going to put it at 5. I know that it'll be later. And we don't want it to clear... Oh wait, no, I want it to be 5.5. And we don't want it to clear anything except the depth buffer. So if we hit play now and then look straight up, yay, it looks like it's not clipping anymore. I like that. I don't mind that the smoke isn't going anywhere, that's fine. I don't care too much about that, but I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't clipping in a stupid way. So it won't clip if we put it through objects, even though if I hit pause here, I'm almost certain this is clipping. So if we go into it, oh yeah, it's like right through that disk. But it looks good to us because we're rendering it last, so that works. Alright, let's apply this. Let's go ahead and save scene, save project, check it in. Fire extinguisher, and that's spelled right, evidently. It's actually going faster than I thought it was going to. Alright. So, double check to see if there's anything interesting in the channel. Nope, nothing new or interesting. So now we don't want this thing spraying all the time. Can I still get at my, if I go here and, good, it does still seem to work. So, if we do 4x3, I'm just curious how... Okay, good. We're good. We're set. Huh. So we shouldn't have the extinguisher going all the time. We need to be able to extinguish the object. So let's start with extinguishing the objects first, and then we'll do the other thing. So create a C# script. We're going to call this fire health is what I'm going to call it. And we're going to do a public float health equals 5.0f. Actually, I'm going to call it initial health. We're going to make a private float current health. We're going to set our current health. Current health equals initial health. And an update. How are we going to do this? I think I'm going to do this by a message system. So yeah, let's do this as a message. We're not going to have an update. We're just going to have a void public void drain health. And all we're going to do is current health minus equals time dot delta time. So the health actually represents the amount of time that you have to aim at it. And if current health is less than or equal to 0.0f, then we will destroy game object. So we're going to put this on our fire, save. So we're going to put this on our fire. We're going to give our fire a collider of some kind. I'm going to do physics sphere collider. Oops, this is not our fire. Why did I put it on here? Okay, it's not on here anymore. Good. So what we want to do is we want to put this on our fire, which is in our desk. Don't want that on the camera either. So let's go to, in the scene, wherever our desk ended up. There we go. And go to our fire. Where is our fire? There it is. And we're going to give this a collider, physics, sphere collider. I'm going to make it considerably smaller. And since you were supposed to aim at a base of fire anyway, I just want to make sure that this doesn't feel really stupid. We want the Z to be down a little bit more. Okay, that should work, I would say. Let me make it 0.75. Alright, yeah, that'll work. So let's apply this to our desk. Apply. Did we put the script on here yet? Yes. No, we didn't. We're going to put the script of fire health on here. And that, did that go on the keyboard? It did. Let's not put that on the keyboard. Let's put that on the fire. So we're going to put fire health on here. And now we need to actually send this message. So we're going to create a script called send message on raycast. We're going to say public float distance equals 3.0f. Let's do that as the default. Public float distance, public layer mask, and public string message name. And so all we're going to do on update is if physics.raycast transform.position transform.forward, layer mask is layer mask, and we also need a out hit. And I think we need distance as well, which is fine because we want the distance for once. Distance layer mask. There we go. So that's our raycast. So if we hit something with this, then we do hit dot. Oh wait, I need to actually make hit. That's the problem. Raycast hit dot collider dot send message message name. Save. Save. And let's default this to whatever. Yeah, let's default it to drain health. So now I don't even have to worry about it when I plug it in. So we're gonna put this on our. Might as well put it on the fire extinguisher cylinder. Now let's put it on the camera itself. So for here, actually, let's see how it feels. Now let's put it on the cylinder. So we're going to put it onto the cylinder here. This is already facing the direction we want, right? No, it's not, naturally. So I'm going to create a new game object. I'm going to put it underneath our cylinder. I'm going to, oh, it's already oriented right. That's nice. I'm just going to place it at the, actually I'm going to place it at the start of the cylinder here so that we don't miss anything. Just somewhere in the base. And we're going to place our send message on raycast on here. And we're going to call this shot point is what I'm going to call it. Go ahead and hit apply, file, save project. So now in theory, if we set the layer mask appropriately, so we need our fire to be on a layer. Let's go to our fire extinguisher and let's make sure, no, not fire extinguisher, delete. Let's make our desk, that's what it is. Desk, monitor, fire, there we go. And we want it to be on a layer of its own. We're going to create a layer called fire, save scene, save project, delete, apply the desk, delete the desk, save scene, save project, and finally we set this to the fire layer. And might as well apply it, save. Let's see if this works. So right now it's just going to continuously be on, and that's fine. So if I get up to the fire here, it's totally not working. Alright, so let's pause this for a moment. So we've got this fire. And this fire has a fire health. And we're going to switch to debug mode so that we can see the other stuff here. Fire health, initial health, current health. Okay, so it has not received any messages at all. So I might not be close enough to it, maybe, or I might not actually be aimed at it like I think I am. Let's go ahead and try aiming a little bit better. I feel really tall all of a sudden. Why are these desks so small? What happened to my desks? Why are they so small? Huh. Okay, well that sucks. I guess this happened? When did that happen? Hit play now. Are they normal size again? Yay, they're normal size again. Alright. Huh. Weird. So if we go back to my this has a collider, has fire health. Let's put some debug logs. Debug.log raycast hit something. And then let's do a debug.log in fire health. Draining health. Draining health. Save. Save. And there's no other colliders that this could be like colliding with, right? Well, we only are doing on this layer, right? So this should work. Let's give it a shot. I'm getting nothing. Airmask fire, send message on raycast. It's oriented in such a way that it's going down the barrel. Is there anything else with the collider it could be? No, I mean, it shouldn't even matter. I'm going to make the distance way higher. Let's just make it 10 and see what happens. Did I not actually put... I didn't put the fire on the layer, did I? There we go! Classic! Let's make that shorter again. Shot point, we're going to make it 3. Apply. Save. I think this is going to work this time. Draining health. Well, it's good to decide to drain some health. Oh, it stopped. It actually went out. 1001, 1002, 1003. Yeah, it just takes a while. Definitely gonna want to make that smaller. Alright, I'm gonna make the distance higher again. I'm just gonna make it like 5. It's ridiculous, but that's okay. It looks like it goes a long way, so I just want it to be consistent. I'm also going to make the particles a little bit smaller on the fire extinguisher particle. 0.5. 0.4, there we go. Now I like the better one is bigger. Let's make it between 2. Random between 2 constants. Let's do between 0.4 and 1. Yeah, that'll work. I'm going to make it a little bit more concentrated. So let's make the cone 10. Yeah, that'll work. Cool. So I'm going to set these fires to be 3 seconds, because 5 seconds is too long. And let's save scene, save project, and grab all this stuff. Putting out fires. Let's see if we got anything new on the watch page. Hello, Skylife devs. Maybe that happened because we were editing the prefab under the scaled down fire extinguisher. That's highly likely. That's what happened. Good call. So, yeah, that's exactly what happened. Thank you. So, let's get rid of the debugs because we know it's working now. Save all. Alright. So that works. Let's make it so you have to click to have the fire extinguisher do something. So, right now, we have this fire extinguisher, it has this particle, and it has this shot point thing. I'm going to create a C# script. It's going to be called enable behavior on button. And what we're going to do is public behavior dev private, let's call it behavior to activate public string button name fire1. So we're going to save this, and all we're going to do is on update if input.get button down, actually get button, we'll do this as continuous, on button name, then behavior to activate dot enabled equals true, else behavior to activate dot enabled equals false. Save. We're going to put this on our fire extinguisher particle, and we're going to put it on our shut point. And what we're going to do on the fire extinguisher particle is we're going to deactivate our fire extinguisher particle, which I guess doesn't count as a behavior. Not what I expected. We're not using anything else on these things. Let's just change it from behavior to activate game object on button. And we'll just assume that whatever is attached is what we're going to activate. So we're just going to do game object dot set active true, and game object dot set active false. Wait, this won't work. Yeah, this is not going to work because this will turn off our actual behavior itself, so that's not good. So we'll just go back to what we had. I'll use it for the not for the particle, for the shot point. So we'll do send message on raycast. We'll put that in there. Hit apply. And then what we will do is for the fire extinguisher, I'll have a separate one, which we should have anyway, because create C# script. We're going to call it emit particles on button. So let's make it so this does. So we do want looping. How do we actually make... Okay, I guess we turn emission on or off. That's what we'll do. Alright, so emit particles on button. And this will be similar deal. So we're going to do public string button name. We're going to copy this type of stuff. And we don't need the start. I'm just going to get rid of it. And all we're going to do is we're going to do particle system dot. We don't want to enable or disable it. We want to set the. Okay, so emit. No, we don't want any of those. Gravity, GUI text, is alive, is paused, is playing loop, max particles. Emission rate. There we go. Enable emission. There we go. Enable emission equals true. And enable emission equals false. Save. We'll put this on our fire extinguisher particle. And we'll go ahead and apply, and let's see if this works. So if we hit play now, we've got no fire. We shoot. Cool. If I look at this for a bunch of time, the fire will not go out. But if I 1001, 1002, 1003, yay. Cool, it's working. Save scene. Save. Check in all this stuff. Enable / disable fire extinguisher. Alright, so now the only problem we have is if I go to change my floor, it makes the particle thing go. I am going to call that a low priority bug at this point. Alright, well, we kind of have a game now. It's almost a game. And it's only 7:30, so that's great. Phil may be joining us later, so I'm going to be working till at least 9, because he says he'll probably be around here around 8 and 9 or something, and then we'll probably be working a little bit more after that. I like this. Alright, so what I want to do next, to make it more game-like, I'd like to have it so when you complete a floor, you know that you've completed a floor and it stays completed. I'd also like it so that if we put out a fire on an object, say we're on floor 15 or 16, let's just do 16. I hate that I have to use the mouse on this. It's not the greatest control interface for the buttons. So if we do this and put this fire out, and then we go back to the same floor, did I say 15? Well, I think I said 16, but let's do this one now. So we put this one out, and we go back to floor 15 again. Well, if we go to a different floor and then back to floor 15, it will be back on fire again. So, so this is trickier. This is a little tricky. So we're generating these things, right? So we could give them serial numbers. That would probably be the best way to go. So what we'll do is we'll create a script that gives the fire serial number. That way we can say when it's done, we can add it to a list, say that these fires should not be active. We can check that itself. Yeah, this will work pretty well, I think. So let's do this. Let's do... Oh, I'm sorry. What did I do? Oh, I still have this script on here, and we don't want it. Remove component. So now if we hit play, we won't have all those unassigned reference exceptions. Let's go ahead and check that in. Fixing unassigned reference exception. Commit. So, really like the way this game is looking, honestly. Good for a little 2-day jam. I like this a lot. I know that sounds silly, but I do. Cool. So we're going to create a script. We're going to call it we already have fire health. Let's just rename fire health to fire. We'll just monolithic it out. Fire. So here's our fire stuff. So we got the drain health and stuff. So what we're going to do on start is we're going to have a private int serial number. And we're going to have a private int, static int, current serial, last serial number. Actually, let's call it next serial number. Next serial number will be 0 to start. We will set, so at the start here, we're going to do serial number equals next serial number plus plus. We actually technically do that on the same line, and it would actually work because we could do post increment. I generally like to break it up into multiple lines just because it's more clear to me what's going on. Statement wise, it is the same speed as far as I know. So there we go. We set our serial number. Each one gets a serial number. And so when we destroy it, we also want to keep track of. We also need to know the floor. Right now, what knows the floor number? Only the floor generator knows the floor number. I think I made the floor generator into a ghetto singleton. I did not. How am I changing the seed in the UI here? Change floor. Okay, I was getting it from, okay, it's not a, got it, cool. So we could grab that from the floor generator. The seed would represent the floor number. I kind of want to make this into a ghetto singleton now that I know that we're only going to have one floor at a time. I, at one point, thought that I might have multiple floors generated at a time so I could do a transition between floors, but I don't have time for that, so I'm not going to. Actually, we'll just grab it the same way that this is grabbing it. Why not? We'll just do this. We'll grab it. We'll put it in start here. Except for we're doing the opposite. We're going to do private int floor number. Floor number equals floor generator.seed. Save. All right. So we're going to have to save some of this information somehow and serialize it somehow. I guess we technically don't need to serialize it. Let's see. Let's do... So we should have a list of things, of the objects that should not generate, and it should be referenceable based on the floor number and the serial number. It's the best way to do that. Because we can have a list of lists. Private static list. Oh wait, we need, since it's not collection, not generic. Private static list of ints. List of int. Actually, list of int. This seems awkward. I don't think I want to do it this way. Do I want to do it this way? Yeah, this could work. Floor list equals new list of int. And what we will do is we will add so at the point that we destroy it, I'm going to actually make a little sub-function here. We're going to call it void destroy fire. I'm just going to put this here, and then we're going to put the destroy call in here at the end. So destroy fire, what we're going to do is we're going to record the fire serial and floor number. So if floor list dot contains floor number, thank you, had it that time, that's nice of it. List, alright, if floor list dot, so wait, if it contains that number, that means we already have a list in there. So what we will do is floor list dot floor list floor number dot add serial number. Else, then in this case we don't actually have the list done yet, so what we're going to do is we're going to do floor list dot add floor number, wait, list and item. Oh, so we need to create a new list. So we're going to create a list of ints, new list equals new list int. Then we're going to go to our floor list and add floor new list. Wait, this doesn't help us. Oh yeah, so we need a dictionary is actually what we need. Oh, and that makes things even more complex if we want to serialize this later. What am I doing? Alright. Actually, I've got an idea. Let's make it a list of a class that we define. Public class floor. Let's call it floor info. No. Sorry, coded myself into corners here. Let me just think this through for a bit. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to track the serial number by the floor number. I guess we could do a structure of some kind. Which would have, yeah, let's do it that way. So private and public, just in case, class floor info. Floor public int floor number and public list int dead fire serial numbers serials equals new list dead fire serials. And so what we're going to do is for info, so I'm going to do a list of floor info. So if list contains, no, that's not too useful either, dang it. Dictionary is actually the proper thing to do here, isn't it? Annoying. I wanted to avoid dictionaries because they're a pain to serialize, and I kind of wanted to save the data. Alright, yeah, let's do it as a dict. Dictionary. It's going to take an int for the floor number, and it's going to provide us a list of ints for the thingies. We're going to do this. We're going to rename it to floor dict. It's a dictionary. Save. So if list contains floor number dot add serial number. Yeah, that's exactly right. And then else list int new list equals new list int for list dot add floor dict rather dot add. So the key will be floor number and the value will be new list. And let's change all these to dict. And we don't need this floor info thing again. Save. Alright, so theoretically this should save the serials. So what we're going to do now is after we've checked our serial number and floor, we're going to say if floor dict dot contains key, contains key. It's different than a list, and the key will be floor number. So if it contains floor number, and then if floor number equals dot contains serial number. That means that this fire is already out, and what we do is destroy game object. So let's see if this works. Save. Yep, already have. Oh, don't have an error. Woohoo! All right, so this is floor 1, right, or is this floor 0? Okay, it was floor 0. I'm gonna go to floor 1. We're gonna put out this first thing here. Boop. And then we're going to go to floor 2, and then go back to floor 1. And it's still on fire, so that's not a good sign. And this should have the script on it, right? Because we just applied this to the fire script, right? So if we go to our fire and go down to our fire script, yep, it's there. It's totally there. Oh, I see the problem. So the serial numbers should be based on the floor, not based on... maybe we should just have a serial number. Wait, why do we even need the floor? Oh, because we need these to generate at the same time. Alright, so that won't work. So what we need to do is we need to reset this after generation is complete somehow. We need to inform these that they should not increase the serial number. So what I'm going to do is we're going to create a function called public static void reset serial numbers. And all it's going to do is set the next serial number to equals 0. That's all it's going to do. So we're going to save this, and we're going to put this at the end of the floor generation. We're just going to go, regenerate floor at the very end of populate desks. I guess we have to tie this into populate desks because of we're invoking this as with a delay. Yeah, let's just do it. It's ghetto, but ghetto max hacks. Alright, what we do is fire dot reset serial numbers. Bam. Save. Now let's see if this works. So if we hit play, and we go to floor 1, and we put out our fire, and we go to floor 2, and we go back to floor 1, it's still on fire. Did I save this? I did. So yeah, after we populate all the desks, we reset the serial numbers, which sets the static int serial number, next serial number equals 0. So the next time we generate, grabs the next serial number, does all this stuff. If it contains the floor number, if the floor number contains the serial number, we destroy the game object. I would have expected this to work. I'm going to save project. We'll check in what we've got so far. Not quite working yet. Commit. Alright, so my logic is broken somewhere. I guess we could probably debug log some stuff. So destroy fire. So add the serial number. So are the serial numbers different? Is that our problem? Let's find out if the serial numbers are different or something. Like floor 2 because there's a computer right here. Oh, that sounds like Phil. Hold on.
Don't want to break the other arm.
Yeah.
Are you streaming right now?
I am streaming right now.
Do you think they can hear me?
I think they might be able to hear you.
Can they hear me? They can hear you. I just wanted to drop by and say hello.
It's great to see you.
I heard it was a special Game Jam edition.
Yeah, it is. It is. This is procedural generation jam.
Is this the office?
Yeah, it is. Grab that seat.
I am very interested to see what this thing does.
All right. Well, it does more now.
Sweet.
It's almost a game. We're working on it.
How long do you have until the deadline?
It's like 5 a.m. this morning. I'm going to try and finish it up tonight. Like, I don't want to stay up really late.
As I said, I'll probably only be here. I haven't gotten a chance to go back home and walk my
So here's
dog,
what we've got. We've got, you're an IT guy, and you go around putting out fires.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep, and this is the game. And it generates these levels and desks and stuff, and it's all pretty walkable.
Same with the computers? Does it generate the computer
Yes, well, the computers are just part of the desks, so, yeah.
Nice.
So, and then we've got this elevator here, and you can go, like, floor 2, and it goes to floor 2, and then goes to
I have
floor
one
4.
suggestion, but it might be kind of difficult to implement.
What?
A basement that the IT
department would be in. Okay, the ultimate version of this game would have been there's an IT department and you have to get tools from it to fix certain things. Like if it's a virus problem, you get the antivirus disk. If it's a fire, you get the fire extinguisher. But in this case, you
have the fire extinguisher.
Yeah, I'm just doing one thing. I just want to get it done. And then we have this scroll list that's...
Oh, holy crap.
That's infinite, actually. Well, it's not infinite. I have it scrolling back now, too, so this is the number of floors that it has in it.
And these are all different every time?
Well, yes. Now, I haven't proven, and it's probably unlikely, that each of them is 100% unique. There probably are duplications in here.
I doubt they're 100% unique.
Yeah.
Though it would be interesting to exclude ones that are duplicates, but determining that would be very difficult.
It would. It would be a lot of data to capture. So
that's a lot of floors.
But yeah, there's a whole lot of floors in this thing.
And are those basement level floors? Because it's scrolling.
Yeah, no, it's honestly, I'm going to probably make it so you can't scroll up, so you can't see it, so it feels infinite, because then you'll never get to these numbers if you scroll. It's not possible.
No.
Even if you're scrolling very fast. I can't say it's not possible, but
but it's unlikely.
It's unlikely. So I want to make it so that it doesn't scroll up, but I wanted to have that there so that people could see that it does that.
That's super cool.
The other thing that's cool about this is only 5 buttons here. This whole thing. It just recycles them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It looks real smooth, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it only has to have 5 buttons.
How does that work?
It was surprisingly easy to set up. I'm going to actually show you that. So if we go to our...
See, now I'm just asking a whole bunch of questions that you've probably already answered.
That's fine. I actually have not answered that much on this. So what it does is... the vertical normalized position is a 0 to 1 of how far it's scrolled.
Okay.
If it's negative, it means you're scrolled past, and this is a flexible thing, so it can go negative, and it can also go above 1. And so basically, if it goes above 1, that means it's actually scrolled up. So we actually, that means it's scrolled. Yeah, it's scrolled up.
Okay.
And so. If it's less than 0, that means we scrolled up, because 0 is at the top and 1's at the bottom.
Okay, that makes sense.
The way that you set these up.
That makes sense.
And so...
Which would explain the numerical order.
At that point, what I do is, I do a while loop on here, so that if you scroll really fast, right, say it becomes all of a sudden -2, it'll add 1, it'll update the offset, and then it'll update the floor numbers
the offset
and stuff.
Is the 5 buttons,
yes,
correct?
Yeah. And so if it's at -2, it'll update it twice, and so it'll move to that right amount. And since it's just subtracting this amount, it'll keep any remainders that are there, so it keeps the actual relative position.
The precision.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really cool. That's very clever.
Yeah, and what's funny is, so you say it's very clever, but I can't take credit for this. This is actually how list views work in
No,
most mobile
it's
devices.
it's clever.
Well,
It's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
I mean,
no,
like,
I like how it turned out.
That's how I would want to implement something
Yeah.
like that. That seems about right.
Originally, the first version I had that had multiple floors that I showed was I had 1,000 floors, and I actually generated 1,000 buttons, and it still ran pretty good. But like, if I generated 10,000, it didn't like it. It was just like, yeah, you just asked me to make 10,000 game objects. I'm gonna die now.
They're like, no, thank you.
And I think their UI system never thought that they'd have 10,000 of anything.
Since it's
so.
a recycling thing,
Yeah.
you're only ever having 5 of
Exactly,
them
it's just
present
5.
at once.
Yeah, I don't even have to spawn them. Especially, they're just there. These are just there permanently.
That's super cool.
And all they have is the.
So when you generate this, the level is different every time.
So when I generate this, each floor is the same every time. Like
the
the
floors are
particular
the same.
number will always be the same. So it actually has the concept of
of permanence?
continuity and
Okay,
permanence. And what we're working on right now is I want to make it so that when we put a fire out, it stays out the next time you come to the floor. But I've got some bugs in my code, so
Oh, I see.
it's tricky, right?
That will be tricky, yes.
So we go back to 1 and we go to 2, and this one will probably still be on. Yep, it's still fiery. So what I've been working on there is... so I'm trying to create a serial number for each computer that is deterministic, so that when you go back to the floor, it will have the same serial number, and so we can check a database to see if that serial number has been extinguished. And so the way I'm doing that right now is I'm generating it, so in theory when we start a floor, next serial number is 0.
Okay.
As we generate each desk, we increase the next serial number. We set its serial number to the next serial number.
So it's going to be like the floor followed by the number, I'm assuming?
Yeah,
or
so
something
we have a
like that?
dictionary of the floors, and each floor has a list of numbers.
Okay.
And so for each floor, there should be unique numbers for each desk, but on other floors, the numbers might not be unique. Numbers also could potentially be skipped, because what happens is... when I generate these desks, there's actually a step where it generates the desks, and then there's a step where they destroy themselves if they're interpenetrating things badly.
So this sounds like information that I actually do know about, stuff like this.
Yeah,
because
you're a database man.
This is database
This is
management.
database stuff, yeah.
It seems like you could just do like the next incremental if you're worried about skipping. Like you could just where the
I'm not actually worried about skipping.
Okay,
because,
I wouldn't be
because the
worried
fact that
about
we're
that
using
either.
a list, and since it's not a continuous, like each one, we can turn off each one individually.
Unfortunately, like a dictionary with a list I've never encountered. How is that working?
So far it's not, but I'm not sure what's not working about it. It might just be some
You don't
really
know
silly
if it's
logic
the
on
list
my part. Yeah.
or like the
So what we're gonna do is I'm actually going to see if we can inspect this list and see. Oh yeah, it's a dictionary. We can't inspect that at all. I don't think we can, at least. Let me just try this public. I don't think this... Oh, it's static. We won't be able to anyway, so doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some debug logs real quick. I'm just going to have it so that when we destroy the fire, it tells us what serial number it is. So
All right.
debug.log serial and plus serial.
And have you... And the floor level thing works as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm interested to see what it says.
Oh, wait. I did something wrong. I see our
see
bug.
where you've
I already see the bug. So,
Yeah,
if we have the key,
Uh-huh.
that means that we've already generated the list, so I don't want to create a new list. So we just tell it, hey, add to that
Add
list
something.
the serial number. So if we haven't created, we need to create the list, and then we add that list, but we didn't actually add the number. So this is
Fantastic.
classic. So I'm just going to do that. There's actually probably a step I could have done that's slightly faster. It does not matter in this
It
case
does
at
not
all.
matter,
It's
yeah.
a one-time call per death. So we're going to do 2.
I'm gonna put
I'm
out
going to
that
put out this fire,
Okay,
and then we're going to go 1, and then we're going to go 2.
and hopefully the fire.
It's
will-
out!
Oh, that is awesome.
All right.
Okay, well that's great. So let's go back to that real quick. I just want to see, you're using a list as a dictionary.
I'm using the dictionary of ints that returns lists. So the index is the floor number, and the list is the list of serial numbers for that floor.
Oh, fantastic. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Dictionaries are super helpful.
Yes, they are. They're a pain to serialize, though, and we may have to do that. So that might be what we spend the rest of the time doing, because honestly, I got more done than I thought I was going to by now. I was actually...
No, that's good.
I know, it's great. I love it when that happens. So let's say, fires are persistent, not tested much.
Can I see how the generation works?
Sure.
The level generation. That's
So-
what I'm interested in. I didn't get a chance to look at it on my own. I'm
Let
sorry.
me, it's kind of a mess. I'm going to be
fine.
honest with you.
Mess is not
so
a problem.
this is a mess, and we cleaned it up a little bit. So the partitions it's a binary space partitioning. So what I'm going to show is, if we go here, and this is part of the reason that I have this little overlay here, you can see how it generates it. It actually does it in real time.
So it basically will separate once and then start
Yes.
separating those separations,
Yeah,
correct?
exactly. So if we just do Pixelmator and new document, and we just make it big enough to see things. 100 is not big ugh. All right.
Does it pick like a certain integer within a range or something?
It does,
like
and
that?
it is actually integer based. It didn't have to be necessarily, though it just made things a lot easier for getting things to line up. So, we'll just do black.
What's the constraints on your integers?
So, they're all settable. Here, I'll show you the floor generator. So we've got
resolution. 64.
Yeah, so this is the integer rate. So basically, we have a box, right?
Yeah.
This is a terrible program for this, actually.
Yeah, because that box will go away right away.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I get the concept.
But yeah,
of
so
it.
basically, we pick a direction across. So basically, it's just like, okay, which is the shortest side? And if it's, I don't remember which one it picks if they're both the same, but it just picks one if they're the same.
If they're the same, of course.
And so it's like, okay, so pick a random place vertically to split this. And it's like, okay, split. And then my split actually has a door on it, and the door can be placed randomly all along that split.
Oh, cool.
Then then both of these spaces will do a split. So it'll choose a split here, and it'll choose a split here or something. And then this one will split here, and this one will split across there, and it just keeps doing that. And each one has a door. And the only additional thing that I have going on is if it does a split, and it raycasts out, and it hits a door, it just says, okay, I'm going to try that again. And then it tries a different position.
Oh,
and
cool.
I have it set to 10 retries or something. And if it fails all 10, it's just like, okay, well, this is a big room now. And otherwise, the criteria for it to close is based on the smallest room size. So if basically the smallest side is smaller than whatever I've set here,
in this case,
it will not build a smaller room. So
now, the first floor for me on my computer would be the exact same as the first floor for you on your computer.
yes, these will be consistent.
Have you thought about making it so it's consistent based upon machines?
I certainly could. All that needs to happen there is, I mean,
you could do a pure random by using like a GUID as a seed or something.
well, that's
like
what I'm
that,
doing.
but-
This is literally using the seed value, and I'm using all unsigned int. That's the maximum resolution of the seed that I can have.
Sweet.
So doing it with an additional parameter like a UUID or something. Basically, what I'd probably do is I'd just set a certain number of random rolls that would just do. So that would be the pre-seed. The pre-seed would just be like, generate a number between 1 and 4,000, do that many rolls.
Yeah.
And so that would be 4,000 unique versions of the building across computers. And
But is that per session?
that would be, I guess it would be per session, yes, it would.
It would be interesting to get like system
UUID.
information.
Well, you could
So you could just be like, on this computer, it's
well,
always going to
the
be
problem
this
with
way.
that is I couldn't do it just by forwarding the number of random calls.
Okay.
And the reason I couldn't is because if we generate an actual UUID for a computer, that's a huge number, right? It's going to be like an unsigned number. And that means that if it happens to be a large number, it will have to run that many times
that's true.
before actually doing something.
Yeah, I think
there's
this is
other
really
ways we
cool.
could go about it, but all of them are more complex than that.
Yeah, I
simple
totally
one.
dig
But
this.
I
This
kind of
is
like
neat.
the fact that people are going to have the same building. I like procedural generation that is it. I mean, it's procedurally generated, but it feels like an actual world if this consistent.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And so now we can create that illusion here. So
I mean, a lot of games do stuff like that. That's so cool. You're putting out the fires, and they're actually going to stay out.
Yep, they're going to
Don't
stay
you get
out.
a fire put out counter or something like
That's
that?
what I'm going to do next. So the fire's left on level. So.
I'm just already thinking about these things too much.
Yes.
So what's on floor 1 is where you were, right? Or were
Actually,
you
floor
on
0 is the one
zero?
it starts on,
Oh.
even though.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
cool. It's persisting.
Did I check this stuff in? I'm going to just make sure.
I think you did.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I
Yeah,
probably did.
just make sure though.
Made sure. Okay, good.
I didn't
We're
bring
set.
my computer, as I said, so I don't.
All right,
can't
well, since
look
that's
at
the
comments.
case, then we will just randomly pick up at the comments occasionally. So let's see how people are doing. It's been quiet tonight, so far at least. Oh, it's not quiet anymore. All right.
Hello?
Reducing code is fun. Wow, I actually made one of your live streams. Yay! Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks for joining the
The
live
fire
stream.
hydrant looks like a duck. It doesn't look as much like a duck as the dragon from
Adventure?
but yes, it does look like a duck.
That thing looks like a duck.
Um,
Not your.
I didn't mean that emoji. I like that emoji though. What
Yeah.
is that? Is that just angry or hold on? No.
What is that emoji? Yeah.
Can I copy it?
Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah,
oh
apparently.
god. I can copy it not the way I wanted to copy it. That's actually wait.
That's the exact opposite of.
Oh, it does change
okay,
immediately,
that's-
so
Yeah, there's. Oh, that's a really sad face, by the way. The sad emoji. Like, just do the sad one real quick. Just the.
It's so
Look
sad.
at it. It's just like, oh man.
it's actually
My
worse
life
because
is
it
horrible.
animates in when you do it, I think. So like
but-
if you just do frowny, no, it doesn't animate. I like
I just think it looks so sad. Look at it. It's just like, man.
that on either. Oh, now they're not going to know. Oh well, wait, that one didn't. So wait, they don't have a winky? Seriously?
They don't have a winky face.
There's no winky face? There is a winky face. Oh, I didn't hit space. Evidently, if you put it at the end, you have to.
What?
Whatever. It's computers.
No, it's not computers. It's websites.
It's websites. It's even worse.
websites.
All right. So actually, I'm going to start us on floor 1 so that it doesn't feel so stupid. Let's go to the floor generator. We're just going to set seed to. Wait, how do we generate the floors? Oh yeah, we'll just set the seed to 1 and last seed to 1. Save, play. So now we'll actually start on floor 1. There we go. Wait, is this looks like floor 0. Yeah, it was floor 0. So that didn't fix it at all. Why is that? So the first thing we do is regenerate floor. Huh. Why wouldn't that just work? This definitely looks like floor 0. I know floor 0 well.
Yeah, I'm sure it's the one you've seen the most.
Yes. What am I doing that's fancying that out? Seed 1, last seed 1. 2 and 2.
So I'm going to assume next week is going to be a proper episode of Cooking with Unity.
Oh wait, these are public.
Right? Oh.
I'm retarded. I will leave them at 0 and then I will change them here. That's our problem.
Is that correct?
What was that?
Next week will be a proper episode for the most part?
Yes. Yeah, next week should be our normal thing. Yay, that looks like level 1.
It does look like level 1. What's level 0 doing?
Level 0 should still be... Wait, that doesn't look like level 0 at all.
It doesn't, not at all.
Why doesn't that look like level 0 anymore? What did it change?
You could always revert back to your Perforce login. if you're
I don't.
confused.
I think I know what it changed, but I just don't understand why.
Why that it did what it did? So the seed 0...
And so now if I go to 1 and then 0, it should go back to... Yeah, that's...
Okay,
that's our
that makes
normal
more
one.
sense.
Why is this one different now? Well, I want to check some stuff. So regenerate floor. We set the last seed. Update if last seed equals seed, last seed equals seed, generate floor. So this is definitely level 1, but then level 2 is definitely level 2. That's our normal level 2, and then level 0 is all... No, that's it.
That's normal level 0. Yeah.
What happened? I swear it was different last time.
It was, but apparently...
Was I colliding with something? Did I like get in the way of the generation somehow?
Wait, you can get in the way of the generation?
I had one problem where you could. Okay, I had an interesting problem. So, as I said, remember how I said you destroy the doors when so there's elements where if there's something already there, it won't go, right? Well, there was a time when I could have this open, and when it would regenerate, it would shoot through. I since changed the collider to be separate of the door collider. Mm-hmm. So what would happen is it would shoot through here, and then a wall would sometimes just jam into the
that would seem like a problem.
We also had a problem where and actually the problem's still there. We just made it so that they destroy themselves. Desks can show up in here occasionally, but we fixed that kind of. We swept it under the rug at the very least.
That's awesome.
All right, so what I think I'm going to do next is so. Let's track the number of fires we have. So let's go ahead and display that on the screen. And I'm just going to use the stupid GUI system for that. So we're going to go to fire. I'm going to just go void on GUI.
GUI.
And all I'm going to do is GUI layout dot label. What are we going to call it? We're just going to say fire. I'm going to say floor number. Just so that you remember. I don't know. I don't care about the floor. Let's just say fires on floor.
I think that's...
Fires left on floor. Plus... So this is our fire thing. We have serial numbers. It will be based on... So we'll have another variable here. Private static int current fires equals 0. So we'll do at the end of start here. Well, let's do it at start. Current fires plus plus.
And then the current fires.
In on void on destroy. Fire current fires minus.
This won't have the issue where you said the desks can be destroyed.
Yes.
Will this account for that?
That's what this on destroy call is going to account for. If
I
put it into destroy fire, then it would have had that problem.
Okay.
Because what will happen is this only gets called when we explicitly destroy the fire with the fire extinguisher. But on destroy will happen regardless, and so this should do it.
I'm sorry. I thought that it was you were incrementing it somewhere else. No, this will work because if they will destroy themselves with that on destroy call or that destroy call.
So if we hit play, I got a bug. I missed something. Oh, a semicolon, and also what we should print out here. So current fires.
Yeah.
So
well, good thing, right?
Save.
See, it was helping you.
Let's hit play. Yeah, it was totally helping me. Actually, it usually does help. So fires left on floor 52. Wow, that's more deaths than I realized.
You should make sure that's the correct amount.
All right, this is going to be horrible.
Is it?
52 fires. I have to do 52 times this.
Well, you could just count them to make sure the numbers.
Sometimes it feels like it takes longer. Okay, I guess I could count them, but that. Here, let's make it so that the fire extinguisher is way more effective, real quick, and then let's do it. So let's make it so that the initial health of the fire is 0.01.
So this is the part that's the best about
testing.
Developer testing.
Like testing.
It's just like, this is testing.
Yeah, here we go. Now I can just sweep the fires. Actually, let's make it even better. Let's make it so that our fire extinguisher shot point has a distance of that.
Oh my god. It'll just knock out all the fires.
Yeah, I might even be able to get the ones through the walls.
That's what
actually.
I'm thinking.
Yep, I got one through a wall. This is a good fire extinguisher.
Yeah, it really is.
Because this thing, the collision mask only includes the fires, so...
That's awesome.
12...
Oh, look at all those fires you put out through the walls. 9. Oh, that's so cool though. That like
doesn't that look like a room?
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. Whatever happened to the people that did DEF CON, their office building simulator?
I know. I'm going to have to make their game now. I'm just going to have to make Subversion.
Because game seems
I wanted that
super
game
cool.
so bad, and now they're working on that prison break game, which I've heard is great. I've heard that it's an amazing game, but it's so not my type of game.
It's the office building one. Sounded so neat.
Yeah, it was gonna be freaking Sneakers as a game is what it was gonna be.
Yeah,
You've seen the movie Sneakers, right? Yeah,
I think I watched that movie with you. As a matter of fact.
Excellent. All right,
Okay,
so we've only got 5 left, supposedly.
Where the hell are they? You know what you should do?
Oh,
you should make your map have like a bigger ping where the fires are.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely should.
But that's as far as that's for the future.
2 fires left.
I like that those ones are out.
Okay, there's a fire here. There we go. 1 fire
Oh, you
left.
can actually still see them on the map, can't you?
Yeah, the map is literally just a camera.
It's a real-time camera.
Yeah, so it's actually rendering the particles as particles. It's kind of stupid. So we got 1 left on the floor, supposedly. Let's see if we can find.
Is it? No, is it? Oh, I was gonna say.
There it is. It's in a room by itself in here. So
right next to the elevator.
Yeah. Well, it's not. It's right next to the elevator, but it's not because you can't get right to it. So there it is. Oh, I can see it from here. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. Got it.
Awesome. And now the UI's gone, which is great.
Yep, UI's gone. Sweet. I didn't actually even intend that, but that works out
really
nicely.
That actually, I think, works really well. It's because it's a null, I bet. Is it a null, or would it be a 0?
It should be a 0. Why did it
Yeah, why did it
disappear?
go away?
Oh, I know why it disappeared. Because there's no script running it anymore.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because there's no fires anymore. So the
that
fire
makes sense.
has the GUI, on GUI, which also technically means that each of these fires is probably doing an on GUI call.
Oh, that's true.
Which is why this is so thick looking. The text here is thicker than it's supposed to be. It was actually getting thinner as we went. Maybe I'll keep that.
That would be kind of neat.
No, I'm gonna fix that just because that's probably more expensive
calls.
on other computers than mine. So what I'm gonna do is.
All right, I am gonna take off.
Oh, you're already done? Oh.
Yeah. I told you I was gonna take off quick. Half an hour. I need to walk my little dog.
It's been half an hour. I miss you already.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm gonna go walk my little dog and eat some food.
All right, cool.
Then probably play a video game.
Well, I'm gonna finish this off, and I'm gonna join you in some Far Cry 4.
I'll probably be playing Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, you got that too?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I have both of them now. Now I'm just like.
Yeah, I want to get GTA, but I had to justify it as I already own GTA. And,
no, I get it. It makes sense.
So.
And I have Far Cry
I
well.
shouldn't have bought Far Cry 4. I shouldn't have.
Oh,
but
well.
I need it because I want vehicle-to-vehicle takedown so badly.
It looks sweet.
So yeah, you have fun. Tell me how GTA is.
I will.
And I'm going to try and wrap this up in probably the next hour or so.
Okay.
And,
well, thanks for showing it to me. I think it looks really neat.
Thank you. Thank you for
whenever that's up, if
it out.
there are ratings or something like that, we should all go vote on it.
Sounds good.
Just throw out a link to the Twitterverse or something.
Yes, the Twitterverse. All right, yes.
Have
a good one.
Do I need to get this
Door should be open.
Right?
Yeah, you should be set.
Thanks for letting me be borrowed your the thing.
No problem.
And,
thanks for coming by.
Yeah. Take
Good
it easy,
seeing you,
everyone.
man. Drive safely, please. It's very scary out there. It's
That's
scary.
actually one of the reasons why I just came directly here instead of going home.
Oh, because it's kind of on the way.
So close.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
yeah.
That's why I was like,
yeah.
I'll
just say hi.
So,
Cool.
Exactly. All right, take it easy.
See you, man. So we're starting on floor 1 now.
Well, it's not at all unlocked.
It's not. Oh, I locked it. Why would I do that?
Because it's cold out there. You're keeping the cold outside.
Oh, okay.
And the hooligans.
Yeah, the hooligans. That's the main reason, probably. All the winter hooligans.
Yeah. Well, you can keep me out now because I'm a winter hooligan once I get out of the door.
See you, man.
All right, later. Thanks for letting me.
No problem. Come anytime. Well, that was fun. All right. What's the simplest way I can make this only draw once? let's just do... Alright. If, just going to use a private bool has drawn GUI equals false. If not has drawn GUI, then we do this stuff. We set has drawn GUI to equals true. And when do we actually unset? Oh, this might not work. Has drawn GUI. Okay, there we go. We'll just set it in the update void update. Has drawn GUI equals false. Save, play. If not has drawn GUI equals true. Let's try late update. This is a hack, by the way, if you hadn't figured that out yet. And it's not working at all, so it's not a very good hack. Alright, we need the current fires. Man, it was so much more exciting when there was someone else here. Now it's all lame again. If has drawn GUI equals true. Let's just try this. I don't think it's going to fix anything. Yep, nothing. Alright, not worried about it. Just gonna leave it for right now. Even though it's redrawing the GUI a whole bunch of times. Oh, it's not doing anything now. Huh. Oh, that's because I got rid of the on GUI. Okay. That was really obvious and stupid. Boop. Boop. I'll save. Fire's left on floor. There we go. How many draw calls are we at now? If we go to like stats, we're at 100. Do the draw calls go down when we kill fires? A lot. Of course they would, because the fires have draws. It's fine. We're fine. Alright. So it saves the fires, they're done. Let's serialize this information some way. What would be the easiest way of doing this? Let's see. Unity serialize dictionary. Store a list for keys and a list for values and sew them up in non-serialized. Okay, but this doesn't help us anyway because we have to serialize a list too. So we've got this array prefs. This allows us to. Oh, here we go. Set int array, get float array, bool array, string away. Prefs X. Why would they do it this way? Why wouldn't they? Oh wait, yeah, they can't. That's right. Because there's no static extension methods in C#. That's so stupid. I assume that they're there because it makes so much sense, but they are not there. Alright, I'm going to grab one of these scripts. I'm going to grab the C# version, just in case I need to make any modifications to it, even though it says that it hasn't been fully tested. So, how does this stuff work again? It's just like set bool, get bool. Okay, cool. And so, Player prefs X. All right. Create a script. C# script. Player prefs X. Oh, it's doing that again. Great. So when I hit select all, it's zooming for some reason. Let's get rid of everything. Paste. There we go. See if it compiles. Probably does. I would imagine it at least gets to that point. Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. So now we have a few more things that we can actually serialize. We can do arrays. That's great. This doesn't have dictionaries, but we can use multiple arrays to define the dictionary. So all right, how are we going to do this? So we're going to go to floor generator. We're going to oh yeah, I should probably let's not save the changes I made to fire. Wait, I do want that change. I don't want the changes I made to the fire extinguisher and stuff, though. Let's change those real quick. Shot point. Put this back to... Did I have this at 5 or 3? I think I had it at 5. And let's make the fire health... I'm going to actually put to 2. Because 3 seconds still seem too long. Or did I have it at 2 before? I don't know. I don't care. We're going to apply... Oh, we don't have to apply. I'm going to apply this one, though, even though we're not really using it in the standard prefab way. And we're just going to save all this and check this stuff in. Fires left GUI. And the initial health was 3. We confirmed that. Now, let's see if there's anything else people are saying real quick. View on watch page. New tab. Hey guys, I'm working on a Pac-Man clone. I can't figure out how to program Pac-Man's movement. Yeah, a separate script would solve it. I'm not going to bother with it though right now. Yeah, I would recommend actually creating walls and objects so that the Pac-Man can actually go. You can still generate it based on an image if you wanted to have a static image background. What you could do is you could read the pixels and then generate colliders based on the pixel style or something, or you could just generate it separately and put it over it. In general, it would be probably better, as people have been saying, is to actually have wall objects. I have the walls with cube objects and the Pac-Man with sphere. I was trying to have grid background. So what's the trick here? Cube with a grid texture. Okay, so you're making it based on a grid. I don't know. So Skylife devs, email me with if you can email me your project, like zip it up, just zip up the whole project folder and email it to me. I will take a look at it. Probably tomorrow. It might be a little bit later, but I think I can do it tomorrow. And I'll see if I can help you get started on that. So, please, yeah, my email is pushypixels at pushypixels.com. There we go. Oh, they can't contain links. Okay, so at dot What does it take? Okay, there we go. Cool. So, we're trying to serialize this so that it's a continuous game. So, got the new player prefs. We're going to, in the fire here, where should we save this stuff? I guess we can go ahead and save the stuff here. Just do it every time that a fire is destroyed. I think that's a good time. So, I'm going to create a separate thing, void save data, and player prefs x dot set bool, set float, set end. Okay, cool. So we'll do save data. And actually, we can just save the list as, oh, this will be easy. So, okay, yeah, all we have to do is, so we're going to have a load data as well. Just remind myself that, load data. So save data, we're just going to do player prefs x dot set int array. The string key will be, we'll just do floor number dot toString. I should probably put a little prefix on here. We will call it floor list, and then it will have a number at the end that represents the list. So we'll do that, and then the data will be an int array, which we can just do our floor dict dot floor number dot floor dict floor number dot to array. All right, so we do that, and we're done. So at the point where we actually check these things, so at start, I guess we don't really need it at start on each one of them. We don't need to load each thing, but I'm just going to do it now anyway. It's silly, but I'm doing it. So get int array. And we're going to need the floor number, so this has to happen after we have calculated the floor number. And so what we will do is so this should return us a array of ints, right? Okay, so int array floor info is what I'm going to call it, equals this. If floor info is floor info dot length is greater than 0, then we will do. So what happens if this thing has nothing in it? I guess we'll find out. So if floor info dot length is greater than 0, then what we do is if floor dict. Oh wait, actually let's do it here. So if floor dict dot contains key floor number, then we do that stuff. Else, this way it won't happen more than once too. This solves all of our problems. So if floor info dot length is greater than 0, actually we'll do all of this in here. Is greater than 0. We do basically the stuff that we do here, and then we add range our floor info. Save. Let's see if this just magically works. So we're going to hit play. We're going to extinguish a fire. I'm going to stop hitting play. I'm going to hit play again. And hopefully that fire won't be there. It's not there! Yay! Alright, cool. I'm going to put out a lot of fires, just make sure that we're not generating, somehow getting things that aren't the right way. Oh, wait, yeah. This is not going to work. Oh, wait, yeah, because we have it by floor list with the floor number, so... Cool. Alright, so cool. Put all those out. I'm going to go to a different floor. Make sure that nothing crazy happens. Looking good. If we go back to floor 1, we've done 36 fires. If I quit out and go back in, are we still at 36? Now it's 48. If I go to floor 2, 36, floor 1, 36, floor 3, 21, floor 1, 36. Why does it say 48 the first time, and then it says 46 another time? Now we might be doing something wrong. Oh, I should probably have this under load data. Since we bothered to make one anyway. So it says 48 at the start. But if I go back to here, it's down to 36 at that point. Alright, let's do some counting real quick. So if we go in here and hit play and go to scene and we check all the fires, there appear to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, no. Those ones aren't fires, so let's not count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. So it's probably 48. So that seems right. Now what happens if we go to floor 2 and then back to floor 1? And now we check the scene. Are there actually less desks? Are there... What has happened here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. There's less desks for some reason. Wait, so if I generate the first time and go to scene, 1, 2, yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in that room. And then we go to another room. We go to that room again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Huh. So I'm going to move the game over here so that we can keep an eye on this. I'm going to hit play again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if we go to floor, this is going to be real hard. All right, 2 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why is it different? So, assuming we don't save or load, let's just temporarily get rid of the concepts. Actually, let's just get rid of the loading data. does it still have this problem? So if we go here, there's 52 on floor, we go to floor 2, 36, and we go to floor 1, 40. So it was a problem before. So for some reason, the second time we generate, it generates less desks. Maybe it has something to do with the seed being set to 1. Desks, desk delay. Alright, so I'm going to just test that real quick, and the way I'm going to do it is I'm just going to set the seed back to 0 for the default. I have a feeling this is not going to solve our problem, but... So, floor 0, we're at 28. We go to floor 1, we're at 40, and we go back to floor 0, and we're at 25. What is different the second time we generate? It seems to be consistent after that, too. That's frustrating. Is there anything different between when, so I do regenerate floor, if we change the, we just regenerate floor. Well, that's easy enough. Why would this result in a difference? Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and save what we've got so far. I'm going to go ahead and put the loading back in, because I don't think it's related to that anyway. It'll only affect the first floor, because I think the rest of them, once we generate, they already have the right generation. I just don't understand why it would do it wrong the first time. So you're seeing this project. Save / load commit. I thought I put the loading back. Oh wait, are we on floor 1 or are we on floor? We're on floor 1. Fire. Oh, I didn't put it back. Save. Let's check this in. For real. Yeah, I'm going to call this good. So, final pass I'm going to do is just some very basic sound work. I want to have a fire sound for the fire. Let's see. Royalty-free fire sound. Token exhale public domain, that's hilarious. Alright, where's just public domain? I like these. Wait, fire. Alright, so we've got fire burning, so attribution 3.0. Let's see how this sounds. Sounds good. Who do we attribute it to? How bad does the loop sound? It'll probably be fine. It'll probably have a little pop to it, but I don't care. So I'm gonna download this. Where is it? Download it now. That doesn't look right. Yeah, that's not it. Where do we actually download it? There we go. .wave. And let's create a text edit real quick. New document. I'm just going to copy this whole block of info, put it in here. Found at alright, so fire burning JaBa, there we go. I'm gonna go here. Put this into here somewhere. Create a folder called sounds. Actually put the new sound into the sounds folder. And we're going to cancel. I'm going to reveal in Finder. Save this thing as, what is the actual, okay, I guess we can just do it from here. We're just going to go here, drag in sounds, call it that, perfect. So how do you spell license? I think so, whatever. Save. So now the license is in there, that's good. Alright, so I'm going to put this on our fires. We're going to go into, we actually want this to be a 3D sound for once. We're going to put this on the fire, and I'm going to make sure that it has a very low range. So we're going to do max distance of, let's do 10, and hit play and see what we get. Sounds about right. Although we're not looping, so we should probably set it to loop, because we don't want it to just burn for 16 seconds. I think I'm going to make the distance a little bit lower. Let's make the max distance 5. What does the max distance do? It makes it so... Oh, that's before it starts falling off at all? Wait, no. Why does it... Oh, min distance. There's a min distance as well. Okay. So you'd think that this wouldn't be very... Here, I'm going to just make the max distance 1 and just see what happens. Why would it be so loud? Even at such a distance. Oh, it's not actually rolling off completely. Wait, if I make the distance 500, does it roll off completely? It does. So the problem is the way we're rolling it off doesn't allow for that. So I'm going to do 5 as the distance. Actually, let's make it 10 again. And then let's actually make sure that it rolls all the way to 0. We'll just do it linear. That'll do it. Let's make the distance a little bit longer, though. Okay, so that's too far. Let's just do 10. So you can still hear sound through walls, which is kind of annoying, but yeah, I think that's a good setting. Cool. All right. All right, so we got the sound for that. Let's do fire extinguisher sound royalty free. Fire extinguisher sound effect. Alright, so is it actually free? Oh, audio blocks. Subscription based, so I don't have a subscription, so I'm thinking I probably can't use these, so I'm not going to. Sound Snap, I like Sound Snap, I think. No, I don't. Let's just do royalty-free sound and see what we get. Alright, so sounds. Extinguisher. Ah, that'll work. Oh, wait. Yeah, non-commercial. This is non-commercial, but I don't like non-commercial licenses, so I'm not going to use that one. This one is CC0. This is like my favorite type. Let's see if it sounds good. Yeah, this one will be perfect. Cool. And it's CC0. Yay. Login to download. I think I have a login here. There we go. Download. And I'm going to go ahead and create a license for this too, even though it's a CC0. CC0 license found here. Save. We're going to call this well, I'm going to put this in here first. Boop. And then we're going to actually save this as oh, what did I do? I evidently did something. Alright. Fire extinguisher license save. Alright. So now we can put this on our fire extinguisher. We'll put it on the particle. And then what we'll do is we've got a script that does emit particles on button, what we will do is we will not play on awake. Let's apply some of this stuff real quick. Apply. And we really don't need it to be that distant, but it doesn't really matter. So if I hit play right now, do we get a oh yeah, we don't play on awake. So let's just do it real quick. Play on awake, and we will loop this. And we don't want to play on awake, actually. We just want to play when we want it to play. So we're going to create a quickly little script. Create C# script. Let's call it play audio on button. Actually, let's have it continually playing, actually. I'm going to do this a little bit differently just because I don't want it to like stop and start too badly. So what we're going to do is we're going to create it. We're just going to have it always play. It's going to loop. And what we will do is we will just adjust the volume. So unmute on button. And this will look very similar to our enable emit particles on button. So we'll just copy this in, paste this in, and what we'll do is audio dot volume equals 1.0 f. Otherwise, audio.volume equals 0.0 f. Save, play. Oh yeah, this is not going to work yet. We're going to put this now onto our fire extinguisher particle. Oh, and you actually rename this. Save, put this on our fire extinguisher particle. Hit play. Sounds pretty good. Let's put a fire out. It's amazing how much a little sound adds, doesn't it? Alright, so save scene, save project, let's save these sounds. Sounds. Commit. And let's see what anyone has to say in the channel. Don't need that anymore, don't need that anymore, don't need this anymore. Quick fire extinguisher in Blender and give it to you. Well, if you want to make a quick fire extinguisher in Blender and give it to me, you're welcome to. You know, honestly, I'm gonna keep it ghetto because it's. I like doing these things on my own because it. Well, I mean, not that this stretched me visually. Certainly, it didn't. But it gets me used to building things. Like I know that this is not a good editor to build stuff in, but like part of the reason that I'm not an artist is because it's kind of the same reason that artists aren't programmers, I guess. So. The act of figuring out a programming problem actually makes me happy, and even when I get stuck, I think it's interesting, and I keep working on it and stuff, and I can just spend hours on a little problem and just toy with it and stuff. I have no patience when it comes to like building things. Like when I do a modeling thing, like I could probably model if I actually spent any amount of time doing it, and I don't even like setting up these really basic things that I set up in Unity. So this forces me to at least do the work. And maybe someday I'll be an artist, but I'm not focusing on that path right now. It's cheating, but I want to. Well, if you make a fire extinguisher, I won't not accept it, but I might not put it in the project. But or if you just want to make a fire extinguisher, I know that you could, and that'd be cool. It's just yeah, I don't know. And there's not really any cheating on this jam. Like this jam doesn't really have strong rules, so it really doesn't matter that much. I just want it to kind of be ghetto. So I'm not going to worry about that floor problem, even though it does bother me that they generate that's different the second time, because I think the first time that I generate all the other floors, they seem to be okay. So like 21, 21. If we scroll up a little bit here, we do like floor 8 and floor 9 and floor 8. It's still 24. Yeah, okay. So it's just wrong on the first level for some reason. What's different? The very first time it generates, it has no problem. That's so weird. Okay, whatever. So... Night, yeah, okay. Good night, Solo Wing. Have a good one. All right, so we've got sound, we've got fire. Let's get some royalty-free music to add to it, because I don't have time to compose anything, and it would be terrible anyway. I love Kevin MacLeod so much. It's just my go-to for music. Royalty-free music. Full search. Let's see, what's appropriate for this? So we should have a elevator music track, certainly. And that almost... Alright, let's just search Incomtech, elevator music. Excellent. Alright. So, I'm sure that people have heard this elevator music before because a lot of people are using Comtech, but I just am going to continue using it because it's awesome. So let's download this one. And we're going to need to attribute it, so let's get the information. So, he's nice and has the full thing right there. So, I can just put this into a text edit. New document. Boop. And then we'll save it once we have the file downloaded. Once it's done importing, we will do the attribution. So, close this, save, put it into, so, local forecast elevator, license, save. Alright, and then we're going to put this in our elevator, so we'll just put this on... We'll put it on the back wall. And what we want is max distance to be like... We don't want to hear it in the other rooms though, so I'm not going to put it on the wall. So I'm going to remove this audio source. We're going to actually create a empty game object. Oh, and it's like exactly where I wanted it, so that's great. We're going to call this elevator music. Put local forecast elevator. We're going to tell it to loop. Play on awake, and we're going to make it big enough. right there. Alright, so now if we hit play. Okay, the logarithmic is way too broken. Alright, let's make the min distance 4 and the max distance 5. Don't like the way it sounds, like where it's coming from. What does the spread do? It's interesting. If I do 180, what does that do? I'm just there's a stereo to this, and I'm not really liking it. There, that works better. Cool. And we'll have no music in the actual game. It'll just be the fires. It'll be like a real office building. I think this may be what I'm going to call complete at this point. I'm going to save scene, save project. So it'll just be, you can just clear out floors at your leisure. And yeah, I'm just going to call it. So let's build this thing for web. Web player perfect build. We'll put it on the desktop. And actually, let's change the name here. Let's actually call it project settings player. We're going to do, this is going to be called company name Pushy Pixels, and product name is IT Hell is what I'm going to call it. IT Hell, I don't really like the name. Virtual Real IT. Real IT. That's a really stupid pun. IT Simulator 2014. Infinity IT Simulator. That's what I'm going to call it. Save scene, save project, build settings, build. We're going to call it Infinity IT Simulator. Save. Alright, and then what we're going to do is in here, I'm going to edit the HTML a little bit. Let's first let's see what this looks like in a project here. This is what it looks like. Cool. And we're just going to manually edit the HTML a little bit. Open with text edit. Here we go. So where's the created with Unity? We will put this just above the created with Unity. Created. All right. P the same class as this one. P-class footer, we're going to just say we've got two things that we need to reference here. It's local forecast elevator, music credits. So we're going to do music credits. Okay, let's not copy and paste the whole thing in. So let's do music credits. Let's do another. Text edit. Let's just see how this looks for fun right now. I'm just gonna hit refresh. Alright, that'll be fine. And we will do the same thing for music and sound credits. And this one we will do. Where's the other one that we have to license? It's the fire burning, right? Yep. Actually, I'm going to keep this as it was, but I just want to have that line like that. And I think those ors will probably not come in, maybe. We'll find out. So we're going to do, and this one's licensed under 3.0 as well, right? That's what it said. Save. Fresh. All right, cool. So now I'm not breaking the law. So that's good. I should probably put these into the YouTube video too, but I'll do that later. I'm not going to change. This is an untracked file? Okay, we do want this one then. I guess I didn't save this. Okay, good. Save. Alright. Put all these in. I'm going to call this music stuff. Let's quit Unity. And this might have interrupted our broadcast a little bit because we have to upload a big old MP3 file. Still going, yay. Come on. Guess while that's going, I will open up Dropbox and get this uploading. 2, just so we can just break every little bit of bandwidth that we have. Public, we're going to call it Infinity IT Simulator. 6.1 megabytes, not too bad. The bulk of it is, of course, the music and sounds. Alright, cool. So that'll upload. And yeah, that's done. The other thing's uploading. And yeah, so at the risk of being cut off by this stuff, I'm going to call that a submission, and I'm going to actually submit it. Actually, I might as well submit that on the show too. Let's just wait for this to happen. Might as well do all of it. Bad. Yeah, I would imagine it's bad now. Let's see if people are complaining where you're not receiving data from your encoder at all. No new stuff. Cool. Music adds so much. Alright. How's this going? It says 27 seconds, 26. So many seconds. Up to date. It's done. Oh, wow. That went very quickly. Alright, cool. So let's actually submit this now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Procjam. How do we submit these things? Submit my game. itch.io to host entries. You'll have to register, or do I have an itch.io account? I don't think I do. Yeah, I definitely do not. Register. Username, Pushy Pixels. Password. Actually, pushypixels at pushypixels.com. Yeah, sure. Maybe. Submit. Alright, submit your game. Upload game. Let's just do Unity 3D in the browser. Oh, there's donation buttons? I didn't even know about this. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna use whatever the site default is, whatever. This is a game, yeah. Title, Infinity IT Simulator. Short description or tagline. We need a picture of some kind. Let's make a picture real quick. Actually, I know what I'm going to make. I'm just going to use that GIF of generating the floors. Pause. Oh yeah. Pause. Game. What does it want for the 315 by 250? Okay, whatever. Let's just grab whatever we got here. And just upload that. Screenshot. Submit. Created for Procjam 2014. Yeah, well, if someone wants to throw me some donation, that's fine. Game dimensions, what is the actual dimensions I'm using? I hope this thing doesn't, like, ignore my, my additional info. Oh yeah, it's in public. Public. Infinity IT Simulator. I had no idea I'd have to do all this stuff for the submission. So what is the size that we're using? Oh yeah, it's probably in the Unity editor that I can actually find that out. So Unity, player, web, other settings, resolution, presentation. Here it is. 960 by 600. Let's do that. 960 by 600. Unity 3D file here. Okay, this will make up the content of my game page. Alright, so let's upload Oh wait, I can choose from Dropbox? Is that a thing? I'm just going to upload it again. No, I'm going to choose it from Dropbox, then we don't have to re-upload again. So, picture, public, and what was it called? It was called Infinity. Yeah. Infinity IT Simulator. Unity 3D. Choose. Alright, and then let's just put our credits again in here. Actually, let's say instructions. You are an IT guy in IT purgatory and must fix all the computers, fix all of the fires on every floor of a nearly infinite office space. Good luck. Progress is saved automatically as you put fires out. Instructions. Press fire to use your fire extinguisher. WASD movement. Mouse look. Use the mouse pointer to select floors. You can scroll floor list when after clicking it using the scroll using your scroll wheel. How do I untab? How did I end up in here anyway? Actually, let's make this a... Can I make this a bulleted list? Yeah, good. How did this end up getting tabbed out in the first place? How do I decrease my indent? Okay, there we go. That worked. Music and sound credits. And we're just going to go into that thing again. Public Infinity IT Simulator. Open this up in text edit, and I'm just going to grab the This is just in case they use some of the markdown stuff that actually makes that kind of go onto one line. There we go. Purgatory I spelled wrong. Office space. Shooter. No, simulation, obviously. Tags, IT, procedural, random, Jam. Procedural jam. Come on. What? Okay, this is just a terrible interface. I hate it. I hate whoever made this. Oh, I have to add them. Okay, so procedural, Procjam, IT. Let's see. Game. No, just IT game. I don't want Game Maker. There we go, Max. I guess everyone knows this is a game. Procedural, Procjam, IT. Pushy pixels, just in case. Cooking with Unity. Custom noun. Alright. Public. Yeah, let's do private and see how it looks. Alright, so let's hit save and view game. Alright, and if we do run all plugins this time, does it actually work properly? Looks like it's working. I'm going to hit refresh and make sure that that fire stays out. It ought to. We're using player prefs, but we're also using kind of an extension to that, so better to check. Oh, it did not save. That's frustrating. Alright, so let's see why that is. Let's see if we can fix this real quick. Now, I hope I can actually redo this. Edit game. Can I actually change what's uploaded? Yeah, it looks like I can. Good. So let's see here what we've got. First of all, let's go into the player prefs X, player prefs. So it does do these things. So maybe it's because we're not saving the preferences specifically. So let's do that. Let's do on fire. Let's save data. We'll also do player prefs dot save. Save. All right. Oops. Cancel. Save scene. Save project. Let's build and run. Run all plugins this time. So if we hit refresh now, shoot. Saving in web player. I doubt we're taking more than a megabyte with that information, considering it's just saving like one list at the time that it saves. Dang it, I wanted to save. Annoying. Usually player prefs is like the safest way to do this stuff on a browser. Web player prefs not saving. Web player web. Library preferences Unity web player prefs. Let's check that out. References Unity web player prefs. So it has some data in there for level 2. Interesting. Let's try running it again. What is it called? So we run plug. I'll just run plugins this time. So if I do something on level 1, and then we go like level 2 or something, and then we quit out of this. Wait, it wasn't on fire. Wait, was that true? Hold on. If I hit refresh now, run all plugins this time. Oh, it did work. Wait. Oh, got some bugs. Alright, let's look at this. I go 4-2. Put this out. Quit. Run again. Go to 4-2. Go 4-1. Go 4-2. Oh, we were able to reproduce it. That's good. I think this is related to that, like, things generating slightly different the second time for some reason. Let's look at for generator real quick. So we set the seed where? Seed. Random.seed equals seed at the start of regenerate floor. This is after we've destroyed everything, and before we've rebuilt the partitions, and definitely way before we've populated the desks. Whatever. We'll just say that the saving's buggy. Let's see if this. Let's view the game real quick. Wait, why didn't... So let's do that. Let's save this. Let's make it public. So how does this actually work on now on Procjam? Like, how does the actual... Okay, so if I just do save now, then we refresh here. Huh. Okay, that didn't work. My games. Published. Alright, cool. So I already did this. Procjam. Submit. Oh wait, I've submitted. Evidently, my submission's Infinity IT. Okay, Infinity IT. Oh, it's here. Okay, cool. It's done. All right, excellent. Cool, it's there. All right, done. All right, I'm going to call that a broadcast. Let's see if there was any other questions in my long absence from things. I'm just going to quit this and save. Might as well check this stuff in. Wasn't actually needed, but probably best it's here. All right, pause. So, groups of the music. Okay, everyone was done like hours ago, so cool. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, pushypixels at pushypixels.com. If you want access to the source code, donate to Cooking with Unity through Patreon, patreon.com/cookingwithunity, and we'll get you access to the source code, and you can just download this project and play with it. So, thank you very much. You guys have a great night, and I'm signing off. Longer than 2 hours, wasn't it? A bit.